There is a feeling that arrives before words. Flicker of something electric when your eyes meet. Sudden lightness in your body when they text you back. Romantic attraction can feel magical, but beneath that magic is something deeply real. Something biological, psychological, evolutionary. We call it chemistry, but it is not just a metaphor. It is actual chemistry, molecules, hormones, neurons, instincts. That mysterious click between two people is not random. It is your body, your brain, your entire being responding to signals far older than you. And understanding those signals does not ruin the magic, it deepens it. Because once you see the patterns, you learn that connection is not luck. It is language. It's a language of emotion, biology, and experience, all speaking at once. I am Zane, a relationship consultant and psychologist. Let's dig in, my beloved ones. Number 1. The dopamine effect. When you are first drawn to someone, your brain floods with dopamine, the pleasure molecule. It is the same neurotransmitter triggered by things like chocolate, gambling, and even certain drugs. But in the context of love, it makes every interaction feel euphoric. That quickened heartbeat, the blushing cheeks, the constant anticipation, they are all signs of dopamine at work. This is why early attraction feels addictive. Why do we crave the next message, the next moment? The brain loves novelty, and romantic infatuation is a novelty in its most delicious form. But dopamine is short-lived, sparks the connection, but it cannot sustain it. When the rush fades, what remains is where the real relationship begins. That is the moment when feelings meet the foundation. Number 2, the bonding hormones, oxytocin and vasopressin. As physical intimacy deepens through touch, trust, and eye contact, oxytocin begins to rise. Known as the love hormone, oxytocin is what makes you feel safe in someone's presence. It is why cuddling matters, why holding hands can feel like a promise. And then comes vasopressin, a lesser-known hormone tied to loyalty and long-term attachment. Together, these chemicals shift the bond from passionate to personal, from "I want you" to "I feel safe with you." And that safety is what begins to root love in something deeper than thrill. It tells your nervous system, you can exhale here. That sense of security is not just emotional, it is chemical. And it is one of the first signs that attraction has moved into something sustainable. Number 3. The drive of testosterone and estrogen. Beneath the emotional layers of love is something more primal: desire. Testosterone and estrogen drive much of the sexual chemistry we feel. They influence confidence, physical attraction, and even the tone of your voice. Sexual chemistry is not superficial, it is the body's way of assessing compatibility. These hormones tune your perception, making a person appear more magnetic when the timing and the biology is right. It is not just about looks. It is about chemistry, literally. And when two people's hormonal signals align, the pull can feel undeniable. It is a force that transcends logic and taps into something ancient. Something wired into us not just for pleasure but for connection, continuation, and closeness. Number 4. The mystery of scent, pheromones, and the unspoken pull. There is a reason you can feel drawn to someone and not know why. Pheromones, chemical signals released by the body, may play a role. Though debated, studies suggest we are subtly influenced by scent, particularly by immune system markers. This is why someone's shirt can smell comforting, why their presence feels familiar. It is biology doing the matchmaking. And when someone's scent feels like home, it might not be poetry, it might be science. That scent-based attraction is often unconscious, but it informs who feels safe, who feels compelling, who feels right. Sometimes love begins not with sight or sound, but with breath, with scent, with a subtle signal that says, this is someone I can lean into. Number 5. Mirror neurons. Emotional. Sync. Then there's the way you feel mirrored, understood, when someone laughs at your jokes, or tears up when you cry. It is not just empathy, it is mirror neurons at work. These specialized brain cells fire both when you act and when you observe someone else acting. They create emotional resonance. That feeling of, we just get each other, is real. It is your brain synchronizing with theirs. And that synchronization lays the groundwork for trust and long-term bonding. It allows you to feel seen without having to explain yourself. Mirror neurons do not just reflect behavior, they reflect emotion. And when they're active, they can turn a casual connection into something that feels deeply known. Number 6. Attachment styles and emotional blueprint. Of course, biology is only half the picture. The other half is your story, your emotional blueprint. How you connect in love is shaped by early attachment experiences. Some people enter relationships securely. Others carry anxious or avoidant patterns. These styles affect how we interpret closeness, how we handle distance, and how safe we feel with intimacy. So while hormones may ignite the spark, your attachment style determines whether it burns out or evolves. If you've ever felt triggered in love without knowing why, this may be why. Your nervous system remembers what your mind forgets. And healing your attachment wounds is not just about relationships, it is about reclaiming the way you experience love itself. Number 7. The paradox of similarity and novelty. The final ingredient in romantic chemistry is a paradox. We're drawn to people who are like us, who share values, humor, and worldview. But we also crave novelty, difference, unpredictability, growth. The most enduring attraction often lives in the space between familiarity and surprise. When someone feels both safe and intriguing, known and unknowable, that tension keeps the connection alive. The brain needs both stability and stimulation, and love that lasts honors both. Too much similarity becomes stale. Too much novelty becomes unstable. But just enough of both creates the kind of bond that keeps unfolding. Chemistry is not just about the first spark. It is about how you keep lighting it, again and again, in the presence of another. Number 8. Where chemistry meets intention. So yes, chemistry is real, but it is not the whole story. It's the opening chapter, not the ending. What starts as a spark must grow roots, and those roots are built through patience, respect, and emotional maturity. The brain can fall fast, the heart must go slow. And the best relationships are not just based on how someone makes you feel, but how they treat your feelings once they are known. True connection is when biology meets character, when the thrill of attraction is met with the steadiness of kindness. Because chemistry will bring you together, but only intention can keep you there. Have you ever felt an intense chemistry that you could not explain? What did you do with it? Let me know in the comments. In the next episode on STR TV, we will talk about emotional safety, what it feels like, how to recognize it, and why it matters more than chemistry. Subscribe to STR TV and stay curious about what your body and your history is trying to tell you.